Hi there everyone, this is iBeast here with the Rainbow Cup tourney. It was my first one of the month, which was done actually yesterday. So let's actually get into it. Team composition wise, it's pretty standard meta base related. I have Mantinia with Bubble, Aerial Ace and Ice Beam. Quag with Mudshot, Stone Age and Earthquake. Lantern, Water Gun, Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt. My Charizard with Fire Spin, Blast Spin, and Dragon Claw. Venusaur with Vine Whip, Frenzy Plant, and Sludge Bomb. And my Fortress with Bug Bite, Earthquake, and Rock Tomb. Let's head into our first battle. First matchup is first 21. We have the exact same teams. So I went with Venusaur and 2 Flies in the back. So I'm expecting him to switch out here, and I tried to switch out and it didn't work, so I decided to try bait out a shield first. Good, and Charizard came in, so I thought that this was a Sludge Bomb. Should not have shielded, because I know I can actually take a Sludge Bomb. So I didn't shield that one. I went for the Dragon Claw to take him out. I'm expecting Quag to come in, so I wanted to try to get the Blast Spin off to try to get extra energy. And he ended up shielding, so good on him. But he used all his energy, which I wouldn't have done. I came in with Venusaur after this. Waiting for the switch clock a bit. And he brings in Charizard. So I like Mantian versus Charizard, especially with shields. And what I'm going to do is go for the Ice Beam. So his Quag comes in, and all I really need to do is just let this one down and get my Frenzy Plant off, and that'll be GG. Going into our next match, we decided to go with the exact same lineup to try to take him down. So this time around, we both have the mirror match. I do not like the mirror match because I need the Venusaur for his water. So I come in with Mantine. I do not like this matchup because I am going to have to use shields if I want to get his health down as far as I can. But I am able to chip away at his health quite a bit. It is debatable if I should have shielded his next attack, but I really did want to get this Lantern down. So he does not shield this one. And he comes in with Venusaur. I should have really gone for that Aerial Ace, but I wanted to go for the Ice Beam. And I come in with my Charizard. And he gets his Sludge Bomb off, so we keep chipping away at his health, and I take the Dragon Claw. Arguably, I should have probably carried on chipping away, because now I didn't have enough energy versus this Charizard. And he shielded anyway. My next hope was actually try to get a Sludge Bomb off, but he had a Blast Spin ready and took me out with a Fire Spin. Good game. Okay, moving on to match number 3. I decided to leave the Double Fly out because I do not like Lantern versus it. So let's see how it goes. Okay, here I was trying to decide what I wanted to lead with, and I thought Quag would actually be my best lineup because I've been using Venusaur the whole time. So maybe he would bring in a flyer. And it worked out, so I won the lead. I'm expecting a switch out, and I come into Charizard. I do not shield this first one because I knew I could take it. And I go for the Dragon Claw, which leaves me 1 HP and you can still get it off, so I need to shield this one. And I just farmed the rest. Last time I did send a Blast Burn, so I decided just to go for the Dragon Claw. He uses all his energy now on my Charizard, so now that lets me bring in my Venusaur. And he switches out, so I actually go for my Quag, and I shield this Blast Burn, because people usually send out their Blast Burn first, and I want to leave with my Quag with quite a lot of health. We go for another Stone Age, shields down, and we take it down. Now it's the Quag versus Quag. The Stone Age won't take me out, So I do go for my own Stone Age to take his health down as far as I can. He uses all his energy here, and I have a Frenzy Plant in the back, and that'll take game 3. GG's. Okay, so going into my next battle is Ricorex. He has Macargo, so I did not want to get my Charizard stuck with him. So I started with Quag, because I had the best matchups versus his team. He switches, and I get my Charizard in. I did not block the first one, and I will have to block the second one if he shields his Venusaur here. Lovely, so I will farm the rest down, and he brings in his Macargo. So I was worried his Macargo was going to eat him, so I went for my Dragon Claw straight away just to get a little bit of damage off. But I will be able to wait out the switch clock and bring in my Quag with a Stone Edge. Macargo takes up quite a while to charge up his charge moves, so I'm able to get 2 Stone Edges off before he can get his charge move. And it's great, there is Charizard in the back with no shields, and I'm able to take that game. GG's. Okay, so team-wise now is, I feel those 3 have the best matchups versus his team. But I do actually change up the flow a little bit, because I need to keep that Quag from getting hit by anything else for his Macargo. So I thought probably the next safest lead would be Venusaur, because I can do quick switches if I need to get out. But yeah, it's just a mind game at the end of the day. He does take a little bit of time to decide on his team here, which I probably should have edited out, but this is my first video, so give me a little grace there. So yeah, so it should be starting soon. This commentary's harder than it looks. Okay, so it's a Venusaur versus Venusaur. So I decide to stay in, and I want to try piggyback off his move. So we are getting loads of energy here. I decide to shield with the Slash Bomb, and I go for the shield bait. So he takes it, so I keep on going, and he actually decides to go into his Kingdra. The Kingdra's Dragon Breath do a lot, but I have so much energy saved up that I can get 2 Frenzy Plants off. And he brings in his Venusaur, so he doesn't have a counter for my Venusaur. I'm able to use my Charizard to get his Venusaur down, and he shields. His Macargo comes in, and I have Quag in the back, so it is all good. And I get the Stone Age off, and that is good game. Matchup, I decide to go with Fortress, Venue, and Mantine. We lose the lead, so we charge up a little bit of energy, and we go into our Venusaur. And we are able to get our Sludge Bomb, so we throw the Sludge Bomb, and he does not shield, so we can actually reach this Frenzy Plant before he tries to get a charge move off, and he has to use his shield. He's super low with a lot of energy, so we go in with our Mantine. Mantine, I love it to go against Charizard. He actually tries to bait out our shield there, and we manage to take it down. And he brings in his Lantern. So I do shield because I want to try to chip down his health as much as possible, because I only have Fortress in the back. And I'm expecting Executor in the back, so let's see how it goes. I use both shields here, and I continue to chip away at his health. And he uses his shield. So his next charge move will take me down, and I'll have to go into my Fortress. So he brings in his Executor. So I'm not too sure why he brings his Executor, because that was a formidable matchup for me, and then I'm able to take down his Lantern with the Earthquake. Okay, into game number 2. So game number 2 was actually a draw, and I actually didn't get a recording of that. So this is actually game number 3. So we go at each other. I do not like that matchup. So I bring in my Venusaur. I do shield here, thinking it'll be an Earthquake, and I was correct. I throw a Frenzy Plant because last time I threw a Sludge Bomb and he shielded, so I got the shield bait there, but he still ends on a lovely amount of health. This is a good matchup for me, but he can give me super low, so I do have to use the shield there. I might try farm up the rest of the way, and he brings in his Quag. I go for the Hydro Pump, trying to take down his health as far as possible, and we do get the shield. So I do not know what is in the back. I've got my Fortress, and I throw a Rock Tomb at him and get him quite low down, but he's still going to get me with a Stone Edge. And he has a Fortress in the back. So that is GG's to him. On to round number 3. So in number 3, I decide to go with Quag, Fortress, and my Venusaur. So I win the lead matchup. He's trying to piggyback off me here, and I actually block that first Blast Burn because people love to throw Dragon Claws afterwards. I get the first shield, and he lets his Charizard go down. And I actually go straight for the Earthquake, and he does not shield, so that's good for me. I do shield this one up, and he actually gets off a Stone Edge before me. But I'm still in, and I can still go for my Stone Edge. So I still got switch priority. And he brings in his Fortress. So I didn't really have too many good options here. So I go in with my Fortress, trying to take one charge attack from him. And I send off a charge attack and quickly try to switch into my Venusaur. And he gets off his move. So I need to get loads of Frenzy Plants to actually win this matchup, and I felt this was all or nothing, so I had to go for it. And he's just farming me, but I actually get that last Frenzy Plant on 1 HP, and that is GG's. Next matchup is versus Switch. We have the exact same teams, besides his Ninetales. I decided to go Venusaur Double Flyer. I do not like this lead matchup, so I go in with my Mantine. So we can do pretty well against this one. We can chip away at his health, and we can tank one Stone Edge. So that's what we do. So we're going to just keep chipping away at him. We use our Aerial Aces, and we get a shield. So I will shield this one. It'll either force him to use another shield, or I can get his health away, and I go for the Ice Beam to finish it off. And he uses his second shield. So that's good for us. And he uses all his energy, so we can bring in our Venusaur. Our Venusaur is in, and he does a really good switch into his Mantine. But I am able to win this matchup with Frenzy Plant, because I am one shield up, and he has no shields. So we can actually get this off. Okay, which Pokemon does he have in the back? A Venusaur. So we go for the Sludge Bomb to get it down as far as we can. And we use his energy up here. So we can bring in our Charizard and Fire Spin him all the way down. Oh, but he actually gets in a Frenzy Plant before we can actually get that down. So that's a good game. Okay, for my next matchup, I felt those worked really well. So we go with Double Flyer again, and I start off with Venusaur, and he brings in Quag, so it's a good lead for me again. And I'll bring in my Mantine. Where's this one? So I haven't gone against a lot of Ninetales, so I didn't know how many it took to get to a Solar Beam. But that was super quick to get to the next charge move, so I reckon it was a Psyshock. And I don't feel it's going to get any more Solar Beams here, so I let it come through and finish it off with an Aerial Ace. Expecting, there we go, and I can actually get off a Ice Beam to chip away a little bit more at his health. We do not shield here, we let him use his energy, and we have a Frenzy Plant in the back that we can use onto his Quag, and he shields. He brings in his Venusaur here, and I Sludge Bomb. And I probably should have shielded there, but to be honest, I actually forgot that he had his Quag in the back. But luckily I was able to farm the energy off there and use the Blast Burn to take round 2. And that concludes our tournament with a 4-0 victory. I really enjoyed this. I just want to thank everyone who came. Everyone is really skilled trainers, so we had to really have our thinking caps on for the battles. And it really pushed me with team analysis. If you did like the video, please like, comment, and share. I did do another Rainbow Cup that day and an unofficial Worlds team. So if you'd like to see those videos, you can just pop it in the comments and let me know. And yeah, I promise I'll get better at this commentary. King and Zionic, they make it look easy. So with a little bit more practice, I'll definitely get better. For the rest of the month, though, we'll be putting up Jungle Cup battles. So I'll be going out through the rest of the month, and then we'll show you the tourney. So thanks, guys. Cheers.